Hello, I'm Mark Smith, and I'm the founder and director of Family Tree Counseling Associates. And I wanted to share with you 8 ways that our approach is distinctive, unique, and very effective. The first thing, we're called Family Tree Counseling Associates, and the reason for that is with every single client who comes in, I don't care if they come in because they're depressed or marriage issues or if they've stubbed their toe, I don't care. We are going to do a family tree, and it looks something like that. And we have we use coding on it, and we're able to get 4 generations on one piece of paper. And it is the most amazing clinical tool for therapy, because it has everything right there where you can just glance and know what the issues are, how one generation impacted the next generation. The second thing that differentiates us is that we give an hour-and-a-half feedback session. We tell people that we comfort the disturbed and we disturb the comfortable. I tell people in their feedback session, I can use a scalpel to cut through some of their psychological defenses to help them see what some of their issues are, what some of their blind spots are, or I can go out back and get the jackhammer. It's all the same to me. Good therapy is about truth. It's about learning truths about yourself. You need to know, but you don't really want to know. And that's what we do very effectively. I train the other 10 therapists that work here to use this bracing, insightful, somewhat abrasive approach, if need be, to rock people's worlds. The third distinctive aspect from us, and this is so important, do not go to a therapist unless they stress this, and that is this, and you won't like it. There are no victims in marriage. In the history of marriage, there's never been a victim. We pick exactly who we need to pick, and we're responsible for our own lives. We pick the right person, and it brings us to the fourth point. We pick the right person because they're a very cleverly disguised version of our parents' worst qualities. Sorry about that. It happens to be the truth, and we will prove that to you. Come here, let us do a family tree, let us give you feedback. We will prove you're not a victim. You picked the right person. They actually, in an odd sort of way, are a blessing to you. They don't seem like a blessing. They seem a bit like a curse. I get that. But good marriage counseling teaches you that you're not a victim. Frankly, most marriage counselors don't stress that. They don't stress the family of origin stuff. They don't know what they're doing. I don't mean to be rude, but it's the truth. You want to go to somebody that stresses you're not a victim, your issues are rooted in your choices based in how you were raised by your family of origin. Period. That's the way to go. Another distinctive point about us is we do not operate from a medical model. You will not be given a diagnosis from a DSM-3 psychiatric manual. You will not call us doctor. We will not call you patient. We operate from a recovery model. We just feel that pretty much everybody is somewhat broken and dysfunctional. Brings me to the next point, including the therapists. Frankly, you got to be pretty dysfunctional to want to become a marriage counselor or a therapist. You have to have some rescuing issues in your family of origin. The only people that I select to work here have spent a lot of time in therapy. A great therapist is made on the therapy couch. They're not made in graduate school. They're not made even doing their work. They're made by doing work on themselves, and we make sure people are healthy, and they're aware, they're insightful, they're on top of their own stuff. Another thing that is distinctive about us is we make the clients be responsible for their own work. We don't have any magazines in our waiting room, not because I'm too cheap to buy magazines. It's because I don't want anybody reading magazines. I want them preparing for their session. You've got to bring the information, the data, the pain, the issues in every week. We're just here to be drawn out and to give you feedback, but you've got to put the key in the ignition, and you've got to be the one who is responsible for your own work. The last thing that is unique and powerful about our approach is we have 10 therapy groups here. If you are highly motivated to work on yourself, if you are teachable, if you are in touch with your emotional pain, if you trust us and trust the process and you're willing to follow through, guess what? You just bought yourself a ticket to group therapy, because working on issues is meant to be worked out in a community. It takes a village to work on your issues and make your marriage better. That's the truth. Group therapy is a lot less expensive. It's actually a lot of fun, but it's life-changing in its power, being able to interact and be in community with other people. So that's us. That's why we've been here since September of 1989. That's why we've been tremendously successful. That's why you find us pretty high on Google. That's why there's a lot of buzz in the community about us, because while our approach is very simple, it is rock solid. Men like it. It's highly effective. It will rock your marriage, and it'll make you do work on yourself, but that's the price tag of making your marriage better. So I hope this has been helpful, and I thank you for your attention, and I wish you well in doing your work. God bless.